Fisheries is a new diversified aquaculture operation in Northern California. The fishery is located in a spot where there's an abundant water supply, and the enterprise is being guided by an individual with a proven track record in this new rapidly developing aquatic science. Bill Evans describes this diversified aquaculture operation.
Farming the sea is not new, but is becoming highly sophisticated. This facility, located south of Red Bluff, California, is a diversified aquatic operation headed by Tony Vaught. For 7 years, Vaught had managed the Chico Game Fish Farm. He's a recognized pioneer in the aquaculture industry. At Arrowhead, they raise channel catfish, striped bass, and sturgeon. Sturgeon is a fish well known for its eggs, which are consumed with zeal by those who love caviar. The sturgeon is one of the oldest species of fish on Earth. They are found throughout the world, but they almost became extinct in California waters because of overfishing. We joined Tony as he checked out some of his sturgeon yearlings.
These fish were hatched out exactly 1 year ago last week. And
they all respond at the same time, yet some are much larger than others.
Yeah, there's variability in every group of fish with fast growers and slow growers.
But all of them grow rapidly, don't they?
Well, it's phenomenal growth, Bill, when you consider how many times they have to double their weight to get to this size.
Wow.
For instance,
Now, and I guess as a sport fish, the fishermen love them.
Oh, yeah, they're very strong fish.
They are.
And they're excellent to eat.
What is the consistency of a sturgeon?
Well, the meat's very, very mild tasting, and it has the consistency of veal or pork when it's smoked.
Is that right?
So it's quite different. It doesn't have any bones. It's all cartilaginous.
Because it is one of the oldest creatures on the planet Earth, isn't it?
Definitely. It's been around a while.
Although it became in short supply in the Sacramento River because of overfishing.
That's right. And they actually closed it to commercial fishing in the late 1800s, and then actually closed it to sport fishing until 1950. Now it's legal to catch the fish in the river again.
Arrowhead has a successful hatchery for sturgeon. In fact, Vaught had been busy the previous night spawning sturgeon. It takes a long time for these fish to mature. Vaught and other researchers have been trying to speed up the spawning process.
This represents part of a spawn that this pot here has approximately 125,000 eggs in it at this time. And we have others lined up over in this area over here that will be hatching out in 4 days at the temperature that we have them out right now.
What temperature is that?
This temperature is 64 degrees.
The market for sturgeon is excellent. Sturgeon also seem to have an entirely different personality from other fish. As we checked Vaught's brood stock, we learned they like to play, and some are real characters. We also learned why they're so valuable.
There's about 500 eggs in this little bottle here. This particular fish here, we feel, will reach 10 pounds by this time next year. So this little bottle of eggs, by 2 years from this date, will represent about 5,000 pounds of fish. If each fish hatches out and grows to 10 pounds.
That is astronomical. And obviously, they grow fast, and they all seem to be very healthy.
The feed conversion is very good on these fish. They convert their feed similar to a lot of fish in aquaculture, 1.5 to 1. The fish are very hardy past a certain stage. They're very difficult to hatch out, very difficult to put on feed, but once they are to a certain stage, they're hardy fish, and since they're been around such a long time, or prehistoric, they've been subjected to a lot of different stresses and different conditions and
different environments.
Right, different environments.
The one thing, though, that's kind of interesting is they like to frolic and they like to play with you. They're extremely friendly here, aren't they?
Well, that's one thing that I'm continually amazed about, is how friendly they are. And of course, we take good care of these fish. These are our future brood stock, and we baby them, and they know that there's nothing here that's going to harm them. So they're very tame, but their temperament is different than most fish. Even other domestic fish would not allow you to do this.
No,
I mean, he's just happy as could be right there.
What do you know?
And I think it's a different temperament.